Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, it is our pleasure to recognize the parents of our senior football players and cheerleaders. We extend special thanks and appreciation to these parents for their outstanding support of their children and our school. Your contributions make MCA the best it can be. And now, the senior football players and their parents. Number 3, John Dara, son of Mr. and Mrs. John Dara. Number 8, Dave Shinsky, son of Mr. and Mrs. David Shinsky. Number 21, Steve Matsura, son of Steve and Marcia Matsura. Number 29, Damian Buggy, son of Mr. and Mrs. John Buggy. Number 30, Mark Kovaleski, son of Mr. and Mrs. Mark Kovaleski. Number 39, David Brown, son of Dave Brown and Mrs. Judy McCullum. Number 45, Michael Lashinsky, son of Mr. and Mrs. John Lashinsky. Number 50, Jerry Lepotsky, son of Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Lepotsky. Number 54, Randy Swank, son of Mr. Randy Swank and Tammy and Barry Gedney. Number 55, Dan Evans, son of Chuck Evans. And number 75, John Aremick, son of Gail Aremick and John Aremick.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for the senior members of the football team and their parents. And now introducing the senior cheerleaders tonight, Samantha Avellino, daughter of Kelly and Dave Avellino, escorted by her parents. Talia Barco, daughter of Colleen and Mike Barco, escorted by her parents. Elisa Dokiag, daughter of Doc Eastman, escorted by her mother. Jackie Hawkins, daughter of Sue and John Hawkins, escorted by her parents. Kristen Karpinski, daughter of Tammy and Alicia Karpinski, escorted by her mother and her uncle, Mr. Jet Karpinski. Pamela Sankowski, daughter of Kathy and Paul Sankowski, escorted by her parents. Ashley Szymanski, daughter of Bob and Mike Szymanski, escorted by her parents. Lauren Stankiewicz, daughter of Sharon and Larry Stankiewicz, escorted by her parents. Rachel Waiwada, daughter of Deb and Craig Waiwada, escorted by her parents. Beth Ann Zarko, daughter of Becky and Joe Zarko, escorted by her parents. And now, on the Montgomery Larry sidelines, we have the senior members of the Richmond football team, their parents, the senior members of the cheerleaders squad, and their parents. Let's have a nice round of applause. At this time, we'd like to recognize the 2002-2003 senior members of the Downtown Area High School Band. Brent Fisher. Brent is the leader of the marching band, a member of the blues section symphonic band, the saxophone section marching jazz band, and has been in the band for 6 years. He is escorted by his mother, Martin Fisher, whose father, Joseph Fisher, is away on business. Joseph Britton. Joseph plays bass guitar in marching band and jazz band. He has been a member of the trumpet section, and he has been in the band for 2 years. He is escorted by his parents, Joe and Sharon Wilson. Katie Hemerly. Katie is a member of the blues section. She is a dance librarian and has been in the band for 5 years. She is escorted by her parents, James and Mary Hemerly. Gary Horsfield. Gary is a member of the Norfolk section in marching band, the Prince Horn section in symphonic band. He is a band treasurer and has been in the band for 5 years. He is escorted by his parents, Keith and Kathy Horsfield. Erica Kick. Erica is a member of the baritone section in marching band, the solo section in symphonic band. She is the band secretary and has been in the band for 5 years. She is escorted by her parents, Catherine and Cruz Kick. Nicole Hessegeddon. Nicole is a member of the blues section. She is the band vice president and has been in the band for 5 years. She is escorted by his parents, Ed and Josh Hessegeddon. Next is Kristen Quinn. Kristen is a member of the clarinet section and has been in the band for 4 years. She is escorted by her parents, Joe and Max Isbell. Michelle Rossi. Michelle is a member of the clarinet section in the marching band. She plays concert clarinet in the symphonic band. She is the band president and has been in the band for 5 years. She is escorted by her parents, Tom and Karen Rossi. Steven is a member of the Norfolk section marching band, the Prince Horn section symphonic band. He is a member of the baritone section and he has been in the band for 5 years. He is escorted by his parents, Joe and Gary Schneider. Our last senior is Kelly Carletti. Kelly is a member of the Carmel section of the marching symphonic and jazz band. She is a dance librarian and has been in the band for 6 years. She is escorted by his parents, Mike and Carol Carletti. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior members of the Downtown Area High School Band.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bombs were singing came through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area Silver Bowl, where tonight the Red Tornadoes, the 9-0 undefeated Red Tornadoes, entertain their newest nemesis, Wayne, the Seals of Selinsgrove area, coming in here at 7-2 tonight. This promises to be a whale of a football game. It has been for the last 4 years. Selinsgrove, another one of the few teams in history with a winning record against the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, this team here, the Selinsgrove Seals, just gives us a bad taste in our mouth. There was another year where we came in undefeated, 9-0. They came down here, and I think the game ended up 48-20-something, against the Tornadoes.
42-28.
42-28. And, that's just a sour taste in your mouth. Here's one year right here where I think this team is going to put it together, and they're going to show the Seals exactly what it's all about.
We talked to them at Supper Club last night, and that truly was I guess the theme was they weren't worked up about it. It wasn't like they were going crazy over it, but they were quietly saying most of them remember 2 years ago. Most of them remembered an undefeated season dashed. Most of them remember last year being popped out of the playoffs and subsequently ended up being probably the best team not in the playoffs in AA because of this Selinsgrove Seal team. So there's a lot of emotion on this side of the ball right now as far as the Red Tornadoes are concerned. On the other side of the ball, they would dearly love to wreck another undefeated season. I mean, they're going to be their incentive here. It looks like they will miss district play. 2 losses in AAA in District 4 does not get you into the districts, unfortunately. It's not its own district. It's a sub-district, which moves people around a little bit. So they will not qualify. They will qualify, it looks like, for the Eastern Conference. But I know they've got to be disappointed a little bit, as we were last year when we went in, to the Eastern Conference to the district. So they think they have something to prove here, and they'd certainly like to end this season by proving they can beat, the top AA school in Pennsylvania right now. So
what do they have to lose? They have nothing to lose on this game, So I expect everything to come out of the playbook from the Seals. Great game, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna see a good game. They got some good guys. Browse, one of the guys you want to watch here. Moore is the other guy you want to pay attention to, as he's in that backfield also, number 41.
Yeah, Moore. They're too hard running. They're more of a Brown, the way I understand it. Hard-nosed, straight dive type people. That's the way they run their offense. They do not have anybody, as we remember in the last 3 years, in the way of Lawver to pull them out of the hole. There was an excellent athlete coming out of that school district.
All right, it's a cold night, as you know. The coldest football night so far this season. You see snow on the sidelines. The field was covered with snow yesterday. They shoveled it off. I was out on the field with Wayne earlier, and the field is not in great condition. The field is very wet. It has held water here. You kind of, fooled around a little bit today, raining on and off. So it's not the best condition, but certainly nothing compared to what we were seeing last week at a Danville stadium that was really not even a stadium, to tell you the truth. And I feel bad a little bit. It's a stadium that so many people in the community worked hard to put together, and to see it destroyed like that on a rainy night like that was just horrible to see. They're going to have to redo the entire field up there to get it back to spec for next year. But let's focus on what we got here. Shinsky's going to tee this thing up, and very shortly we're going to be playing football here. The Red Tornadoes looking for an undefeated season here and a springboard into District 4 2A playoffs. Shinsky lets it go, and it's a high kick, and it's long. It's going down to Browse down there. He takes it at the 3-yard line. I'm sorry, Browse. Browse takes it up to the 30, or he's brought down by Matsura, number 21 there.
Matsura making a nice open field tackle, especially with the blocker right on top of him to bring Browse down on about the 31-yard line.
Now, this is a big group of kids here. You're talking 300, 284, 256, 264, 308. This is, as usual, a big Selinsgrove squad. This is a rather large AAA school. When you look at their size, their population in the school, it's a big 3A school, so they bring a lot of kids into the mix here. Goes back to Browse, and Browse is trying to get around the end at the Selinsgrove side, and he gets some nice yardage there as he goes along the Selinsgrove sideline. They'll mark him up finally. Let's see where he stands, right about the 40-yard line. He's going to be short a yard. It'll be a 9-yard pickup on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Seals.
Seals kicking it to the outside on the pitch, pulling the two guards, basically like a student body going in one direction.
Number 10, Pope, is the quarterback for the Seals. And this time we're going right up the middle, and this time they did not get it. That was big Randy Swank. He puts Browse down for a yard loss on the play. The Seals back up a yard, and now it's 3rd and 2. A big hit by Swank as he comes right up the middle and nails Browse. That time he actually took the blocker on him and everything, and then he took the ball carrier down. So he had himself a head of steam coming through the middle there. All right, 3rd down now, and we're going to say 3rd down now in a long one, almost 2, as we fake up the middle, and they're going to pick up the 1st down and then some, as he faked the pitch and went inside with the fullback, or at least the fullback in that formation, and that's going to be 41 more. Now, 41 is limping. He got hurt on the opening kickoff, and he is noticeably limping in the last couple of plays, so we'll wait and see how that shapes up, as he is an integral part of this Seal offense. Moore's lining up as the fullback, and you got Browse, the big guy, 18, as the tailback, with Pope in front taking the snap, and it goes to Browse, and this time Browse is going nowhere. Greco's down at the bottom of the pile down there, and we'll see along with Brown, 39. He'll pick up a yard in the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Seals are having a lot more success here, running to the outside a little bit, or a misdirection play like they did, fake pitch, straight dive. When they come in straight, it's man-to-man blocking in the line, and we're controlling the center of the line at that point.
All right, this time he lines Pope outside, brings the guy in motion. He's got Moore as the only guy in the backfield. We're going to give it to Browse, and Browse gets inside the end, and Browse is going to pick up the 1st down and then some. About a 12-yard pickup in the Mount Carmel area territory at the Mount Carmel area 41-yard line, and the Seals are moving offensively, Wayne.
Yeah, well, they've seen a little bit of weakness either on the outside corners, and big kids. Now you have some bigger people pulling and blocking now that we haven't seen all season long. Makes a little bit of a difference on the defensive side of the ball.
This time we go to Browse. Moore's leading them. Browse is going to pick up some yardage on the play. He gets down to the Red Tornado 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring 2nd down and 4 as they are moving methodically down the field on their opening touch of the ball.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter, just straight dive plays on either side. You have a fake pitch going one way, and you got Browse taking it up off tackle or off guard, either to the left or to the right. You got some trap blocking down inside on the offensive line, and it's they're picking up 5 yards.
Moore, the fullback, and he's wrapped up immediately down there. Again, that's Swank. Swank is sealing that side of the line in the inside. Moore will probably lose a little bit. We're going to still call it 3rd down, and 3rd down and 5. He lost more than a little bit. That's a yard he lost now. So 3rd and 5 now for the Seals at the Red Tornado 35-yard line as Pope comes in with the play.
Again, Randy Swank not even moved on that play. He just steps right across the line and makes the tackle.
Pope is a sophomore quarterback here for the Seals this year. Put Shuck in motion, and he's back to pass for the first time, and he looks downfield. He was trying to get down to Shuck, who would come out in motion. It's going to bring up 4th down now. 4th down and 5 for the Seals at the Red Tornado 35.
Matt Kufta, number 4, coming up, making a great play, Warren, on that pass. Just diving in, just making it, just distorting the vision of the receiver just slightly. Ball was tipped a little bit out of bounds.
So we'll see what Coach Scott has in mind here as he'll come out. And he's going to go for it here at the 35. Goes in that I formation. The Red Tornadoes are now moving around on defense a little bit as they get set. And he pitches at the Browse coming towards the Red Tornado line. And Browse is going to be stopped, but he is going to pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10 Seals. He got the 1st down as he came to his left. And the Seals continue the march towards the end zone here in this opening quarter. 8:16 remaining in the first quarter, 0-0 tied, and the Seals on the move.
Number 66, Jonathan Novak, goes in as the right defensive end. for Justin Leonovich, number 41.
He got a little bit shaken up there in that last play, Leonovich did. This time we go the same way, and this time we're going to lose some yardage. This time,
Jonathan Novak.
Jonathan Novak all over Browse that time for a loss on the play of about a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11 now for the Seals, and that was a nice defensive play by the Red Tornadoes and Novak.
Yeah, that's what they have to do right here at this point. They need a good series, keep the Seals back.
Now a split backfield for Pope. There's an option play, and that's going no place. Flag down on top of everything else. Another loss on the play, another yard or so loss. So it's going to be worse than that when that flag is sorted out. It was thrown right in the Selinsgrove line at the Red Tornado 35-yard line, and that'll go against the Seals as a holding call was called. So the Seals now backed up on 2 offensive plays in a row by the Red Tornado defense.
Yeah, you take a look here. The quarterback wasn't aggressive enough with the ball as he was coming down the line towards Buggy, the defensive end. He has to be aggressive enough to make a decision what he wants to do.
Right.
He stuttered stepped a little bit. And by the time he did pitch it to Browse, the corner man, Johnny Dara, came up and he was involved in the play.
2nd down is 25.
All right, it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 25 now for the Seals. The ball back at the Red Tornado 45-yard line. So a big penalty here against the Seals, and they come out in I formation. Timeout on the field. The referee's calling a timeout, and I'm not sure what he's looking at there. They're going to have a talk among each other. They're not sure they put it in the right spot, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're not sure they marked the penalty off right as he was looking at it there when he got set up, and now they agree that it is in the right spot, and now he calls time back in, and Pope will get back in that huddle. And a little bit of indecision there as far as where they ended up with the penalty on that one. All right, Pope brings him up. Browse is the tailback, and he's going to pitch it to Browse, and Browse is going to go back. He's looking to pass.
He's going way back.
And he does finally, and he throws it way over the head of the receiver, but that play kind of blew up in his face as the Red Tornadoes have sealed the end off now.
Yes. They've done an excellent job. There's Johnny Dara down there. In fact, Johnny Dara almost got back far enough that he had a chance to intercept the ball. I think the ball was out of bounds anyway. But you're correct, Warren. We're starting to put pressure on the ends, making some penetration into the backfield for Selinsgrove, which is definitely making some havoc back there on the blocking schemes.
All right, 3rd and 25, and actually you're seeing the same play that Danville ran in the 4th quarter last week. That same play for some success around the end. Now, that was a little different situation as the Red Tornadoes were more in a prevent than they were anything, but the Seals imitating what was successful for the Iron as Pope drops straight back, looks downfield, and he's throwing all the way downfield, and he had a guy, but he was out of bounds. Darrow was on the coverage down there. It'll bring up a 4th and 25, and now the Seals will come in and kick the ball and try to pin the Red Tornadoes deep in their own territory.
And that's what the Tornadoes needed. There's a boost in the arm right there defensively. You know, he got a team coming out like the Seals, you know, that are jacked up for the game. They drive all the way down, and now all of a sudden you have a great defensive stop, 4th and 25 to go.
All right. They're going to go back to kick here. He's going to end up kicking from about his 47 or 48-yard line when he's all said and done. Nice kick. He heads it in Ledkavich's direction, who fair catches it down at the 17-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, and their first touch of the football here in this football game. It's 6:27 of the first quarter. I did see Leonovich go back into the football game on that last play, so
yeah. Another thing
okay.
For everybody to pay attention, number 79, John Skinner, is now back in the lineup at the right tackle position. It's great to see him back.
Since he goes back to pass immediately, and he gets Wargo, and Wargo up the sideline. Wargo continuing up the sideline out to the Red Tornado 34-yard line. 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes on a great little pitch and catch between Shinsky and Wargo. We've seen it so often.
Ooh, Wargo picked that up off the ground, just about off the grass. Great hands by Wargo, but not only that, great feet to stay in bounds on about the 25-yard line, pick up an extra 7 yards on the reception.
Right up the middle. That's Brown. He'll cross over the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Red Tornadoes are a diverse offense.
Well, that's
say that. They're hard to defend.
Yeah, that's what you call keeping the defense honest, especially when you come out. And all it was just a short pass, a little flat, maybe to pick up 5 yards, 7 yards. You pick up the first down and an extra 5 or 10 on top of that, yeah.
This time we give it to Wargos. He tries to get around the end. He makes a nice cut, but there's going to be a flag on the play.
Yeah.
It's going to go against the Red Tornadoes, and it's going to be an ugly one, as they'll call holding in the Red Tornado backfield, as that play took heavy penetration from the Seals and never really got rolling. Although Wargo made a nice cut at the end there.
I'll tell you what, they're in a Selinsgrove looks like they're in a 4-4 defense. They have the 2 linebackers, the outside linebackers, playing the flats a little bit more than what we normally see. The 2 linebackers who seal those off and seal the outside linebacker off to the outside. Wargo's gone on that play.
Right. 2nd down now, and let's see, got 10, it's 20 or 21. It looks like Ashinsky now right up the middle. And that's Ledkavage, and he's got himself ahead of steam. Ledkavage back up to the line of scrimmage where we began at there at the 36. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Defensively in this 4-4, take a look at the right side linebacker. He's blitzed now in the last 3 plays. That time Drew Ledkavage ran right past him as he was breaking out to the right side of the field.
Shinsky in a shotgun. Low center pass. Gets past him. He's standing up. He gets away. Oh, and he's just tripped up. Back at the Red Tornadoes 25-yard line. Oh, he had one guy, and he would have had some room to run, and he gets tripped up, and it'll bring up a punting situation for the Red Tornadoes. And they will be punting from their own 25-yard line here. And again, the ball's slippery. It looked like on that one as the center pass, and that doesn't happen very often. Shinsky's back to kick it. Nice kick.
Look at this
nice
kick.
Down there to Shuck, number 19, as he tries to get over to his sideline. Wargo just slings them to the ground down there at the Seal 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, and that was a nice coverage by Wargo.
Oh, you're not kidding. He tried to get to the outside. Wargo got the line of sight on him and cut the field down, slow but sure, and made a great tackle over on their side. Now again, the defense here readjusted the last series. See if they can keep that up. They sealed the outside off against the Seals.
1 man in the backfield now for Pope. He puts Browse in motion, and he's looking to go to Browse as he spins out. He's under trouble, still under pressure. Now he's under big pressure. That's a big loss as finally Greco puts the finishing touches on a big sack. Leonovich actually caused the first problem for him.
Leonovich, but take a look at Mike Lashinsky right here, number 45 coming through. That kicked him into Leonovich.
No one was open in that defensive backfield. They were well covering the Seals.
Yes.
And the Seals take a big loss on a play. It is 2nd down now and 17 for the Selinsgrove Seals. Pope will bring him up into that split backfield now. And he goes, and he's going to hand it to Browse on a kind of delay there, and he'll get back just about to the 40-yard line. I'm sorry, to the 35-yard line, gain of 3.
Looked like a delayed draw play there. He looked like he was going back to pass, and it was a delayed handoff to Browse. He was supposed to pick the hole coming up through there. There wasn't much of a hole left after Swank got done and a few other ones.
So it's 3rd down and 15 now as Pope runs into the huddle with the play. The Red Tornado defense now has completely changed from that first series now as they have shut the Seals down. He'll go with that one backfield now, and it's a passing situation.
Now we drop a guy back. We're in a 4-4 defense now.
Now Browsko's in motion, this time to the seal bench as he rolls the other way. He's under pressure, heavy pressure. He looks downfield to one guy. Dara again covering Shuck well at the Selinsgrove sideline, and it's 4th down, and the Seals will be punting.
Now, one thing you can notice here is that Selinsgrove is not a passing team. Everything they've tried so far was deep downfield and thrown out of bounds or over the head of the receiver.
Cabbage and War go deep for the Red Tornadoes. Number 23, that's Zach Lentis. He's the kicker. High snap. We put no pressure on him this time as we drop back to try to return. The ball's going to bounce in front of Wargo. And the field, you can tell how wet the field is tonight as the ball went nowhere and bounced and kind of died there. The Red Tornadoes will take over in good field position at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10 with 2:24 remaining here in the first period of play. So you are seeing Skinner return, and that's good news, although I don't know if Skinner's on 100% tonight. But certainly the fact that he got back, the fact that he just gutted his way through a tough injury. He's not completely healed, certainly, but he is able to play, and he is. And we see Matsura out there. And Matsura out to the 47-yard line, and he punished number 23, Lentis, after he got the pass. Lentis thought he had the beat on him, and Matsura turned and just punished him. No, it isn't. Stevie is one guy to watch. I'll tell you what. Nice play. That was a nice throw by
Dave Lashinsky.
Dave, and of course, the all-time leading passer of Mount Carmel history. This time, Cabbage. We're going to try to get him outside. A nice cut.
And we do.
He's still rolling. He's still rolling. He's still rolling.
Nice.
He's in the Seal territory. Down at the Seal 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Great blocking. Good. I'll tell you what, great blocking on the left side over there with the pulling guards and the lead blockers. Drew just got right behind everybody. It was a jumble up over there, especially with the defense and the offense. But Drew just followed everybody and picked the hole here or there and picked up 12 yards.
All right, Red Tornado ball on the Seal. Let's call it the 36-yard line where they finally placed it. 1st and 10. He splits Wargo way out to his right, and he brings Matsura in motion to the same direction, but we hand it off to Ledkavich the other way.
Ledkavich running.
And Ledkavich, my goodness, look at this run. Drew Ledkavich, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness, that's just smash mouth running now.
I'll tell you what, Brown went through there and just pummeled the linebacker trying to come through, but Ledkavich made a hit on the defensive back right before he went down. I'll tell you what a job.
The ball is placed down at the Seal 24-yard line. It is 1st and 10, and the Red Tornadoes are on the hunt. Ledkavich running so strongly, and now he's got Zonka Jr. there in front of him. He'll go to him, and he goes straight up the middle, and he'll take it down to the 20-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 6 now for the Tornadoes.
Just mixing it up here between passes to Matsura. Drew Ledkavich carrying the ball both inside and outside, and Brown now carrying the ball. It gives everybody a little bit more to think about of what we're going to do on the next snap.
All right, the same backfield there. He's going to put Matsura out to his right along with Dara, and now we shift into a shotgun. Ledkavich goes out to the left now. We haven't seen that happen very often. He looks down and you got Dara inside the 10-yard line. Down at the 7. Down at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal from the 7, Red Tornadoes. That was a hit.
Did you notice what we did?
Here you see it coming at you. Nice catch.
I'll tell you what, take a look at the blocking scheme on this. Here's the end of the quarter, folks. All right, Tornadoes down on the 7-yard line. But one thing we've noticed since the beginning of the year, every time that Dave is back by himself or with one person back there, Brownie or whoever's back there blocking for him, somebody is always blitzing the backside linebacker, the backside defensive end, and Dave's always getting hurt. right? Take a look at what we did now. We put Dave back in the shotgun. We brought Brownie up to the front and put him off the back of the tight end.
Right,
and we set the other halfback on the other side.
Right.
So he's actually had the pocket already set up before he even got back there.
Right. And those are the adjustments that a coaching staff, that a good coaching staff makes. That keeps you in games. All right, the end of the quarter, as we said, it's the second quarter. The Red Tornadoes are down 1st and goal at the Seal 7-yard line, as they have looked very good now, both offensively and defensively, from about the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. They are chugging along here, and they look pretty spirited right now. You can see the field being chewed up a little bit in the middle, folks. And that's an unfortunate moment in time for this field, as it didn't have a chance with the tough weather to get rolling. But it's held up fairly well. And they're in the place now down in the goal lines down there where there is still some snow on the ground. It's cold. It's dipping down into the 30s certainly now. But the field I don't think the field is going to be any kind of part of the equation, I guess, tonight. They're both okay with it. They're just going to get those uniforms muddied up a little bit. This time we go to Ledkavich. He cuts it up the middle. Ledkavich down over the 5-yard line, down to the 4-yard line, where it's 2nd and goal from the 4 Red Tornadoes.
Drew looks much, much better in the last couple of weeks that he's back there. He's starting to get used to that.
Right, I think he's just getting used to it, yeah.
And that's what it is. Never been back there before, behind Zonk himself, running over people. And what you see now is Drew is actually putting his hand on Brownie's back, and he's actually feeling in what direction he is going. He goes to the left, Drew's going to the right. Brownie goes to the right, he's cutting back to the left.
All right, Lashinsky, number 45, into that fullback spot as they go into a full house backfield. And it goes to Matsouras. He tries to cut. And Matsouras, touchdown! A 4-yard run by Stevie Matsoura. And the Red Tornadoes draw first blood here tonight. 6-0 at the 11-13 mark of the second quarter. And ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Matt Kufta returns to the lineup in the kicking duties tonight. He puts it up, and it is no good as he bounced it off the goalpost. All right, Shinsky's going to kick it off, and he's looking to kick it off down here to Shuck, number 19, or Browse, number 18. It's going to hit short. It's fumbled short. It's going to be picked up in there by number 44 for the Seals, Mike Lengel, sophomore, and he'll take it up to the Seal 33-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Selinsgrove.
Yeah, 55, Dan Evans getting up for making the tackle.
All right, we'll see how the Seals respond here now. Down 6-0 as Pope comes into the lineup.
I think Pope's having a little bit of difficulty, with the amount of pressure that he's now getting. You take a look, he's getting jittery feet, both, handing the ball off, his option plays, his passes.
All right, he's going to hand it to Browse, and Browse is in kind of trouble there. He makes a nice move on Buggy, and he'll take it up to about the 39-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4, and we had it well defended that time. He just slipped by. You can see, although he's a big guy, and you're looking at it, and I say a big guy, he's a 6'4", 203-pound back. He has some nifty moves there.
It's sort of a strange play. It looked like the fake handoff went to the left, and he sort of came from his left-hand position back. It was a misdirection play, came back to the right side.
All right, Pope brings them up into a split backfield now, Moore and Browse, and he's back to pass, and I'm not sure what this play is.
He was looking.
And I don't know where that was going. That's a flag.
Nobody there.
I mean, he went. If he was going to do that, he had to go the other way. He turned in the wrong direction. He had no receiver in that pattern at all to our sideline.
That time, if you take a look at that play, that was supposed to be sort of a screen pass.
I thought that's what it was.
Look at Browse going over to the left.
He's in trouble there.
Yep.
And he just wings it away. So it's intentional grounding on the Seals. Not a play you see very often in high school, but clearly no one near the ball where he threw it at. And the reason he threw it was because Swank was threatening his life.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for throwing it, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down now. That's a loss of down on the play, and it's 3rd and 16 now.
Yeah, that was a screen play set up to the left side, and you have to give it to the defensive line. They held up on their blocks and their penetration there, and just
they were all standing right where the pass was supposed to go. He had nowhere to go. He'll pitch it to Browse, and this time it's a straight run by Browse. He picks his way, and he's going to finally be brought down. A big hit right at the original line of scrimmage by the Red Tornadoes. Let me see. You had Greco's one of them getting off the pile, Brown getting off that pile, and Matsura. So the Seals now again force the punt here as the Red Tornadoes defense has lived up to its name.
Yeah.
The Red Death defense is all over the Seals at the moment. And, of course, the Red Thunder, that's going to be the Red Thunder and Lightning offense, to tell you the truth, because you got Thunder coming out of those two fullbacks all the time. You got Lightning coming out of Ledkavich, and, of course, Lightning strikes Tuchinski. So it's the Thunder and Lightning offense and the Red Death defense. But they are clicking on all cylinders so far tonight. As Lentis lets it go, and he's going to get it down there to Wargo, who fair catches it at the Red Tornado 38-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. And again, good field position for the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the specialty teams here doing an excellent job. The field is not in that great a shape, and what they want to do here is they want to catch the ball, and he's fair catching it, and that's all we're asking him to do.
Right.
In fact, in the last punt, it was a short punt. It hit the ground. And Wargo actually had, enough sense to back away from the ball.
Yeah.
Didn't even try to get near it.
You're not sure where it's going to bounce also in the field. Like the turf is torn up. There's clumps of field out there in the middle. That's where it's the worst right now. So you got to be a little careful. You're right. Shinsky back to pass. A great fake. He goes down the middle, and there's Matsura. Matsura makes a nifty move down there and continues to –
What?
Stevie! Down to the 31-yard line of the Seals.
I'll tell you what, great play call. Take a look. Dave Shinsky makes a great fake right to Drew
Look how much time
Ledkavich.
he has.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Look at Stevie there to run with it. That's a well-designed play, and Shinsky was perfect with the fake. Perfect. That was a pretty football play there, folks.
And did you see Daukus had dropped back to protect the backside?
The backside is done now. No more coming off the backside. I will say that. They took care of that. You're right. That was great of you to be able to pick up how they adjusted to that a little bit. Ledkavich, and he'll slide down. He was trying to make the cut down there at the 33-yard line.
Picks up 3. Picks up 3 yards on that play.
Ledkavich really coming into his own at that tailback spot.
And boy, what a time to start doing that. But again, as we said, we saw him come in the Southern game. In the very first series of downs in the Southern game. And you can tell he was not acquainted with that position, being a tailback like that. Now you're another 6 games down the road, and you see what a difference it is.
Shinsky now at that fullback spot. Quick pass out there, looking at number 27, Wargo, just a little high from him. He was covered down there by number 17, Josh Smith of the Seals, a senior, 6'2", 165-pound defensive back. It'll bring up 3rd down now and 7 for the Red Tornadoes.
And you see we're running short passes here to the outside, to the inside. And the reason we're doing that is Selinsgrove is blitzing both middle linebackers just about every play. And you have to give credit to the offensive line right across from end to end because they're picking up the blitz. That's hard to do.
All right, put Ledkavich in motion now as he runs towards the Selinsgrove sideline. Back to pass, plenty of time. Wargo, just couldn't hold on. And I'll tell you who also was open was Ledkavich along the sideline. They had lost him when he came out of the motion package a little bit. But Wargo just couldn't hold on as he got screened down there by number 23. Again, Lentis, the junior, 5'10", 158-pounder, and he did a nice job that time of just screening the ball enough that Wargo couldn't hang on to it down at the 5-yard line. So the Red Tornadoes now bring Lashinsky out, and they put Brown back in. It's a 4th and 7 now for the Red Tornadoes. The ball sitting at the Seal 28-yard line. Straight back to pass, heavy. We look down there and we've got Wargo. He stays on his feet, but unfortunately, folks, there's a flag on the play. It's in the offensive backfield of the Red Tornadoes, and it is a hold. So that play will come back, but does not negate a great play by Wargo, as he is hard to bring down on that sideline. But they'll march the Red Tornadoes back, and this is going to be an ugly situation now. It's going to have to be 4th down and 100 when they get done marking this thing off here. So you got to have a big play.
From the spot.
One shot at it, so we're going to see where they mark it from. But it's going to bring up 4th and very long as he walks all the way back to the Seal 43-yard line.
Now we're going to punt the ball.
It's a good move now. We punt on 4th down and try to pin them down deep. They have been able to do nothing on offense since the first series of downs here in this football game as the Red Tornado defense has come alive here and stopped them dead from about midway in the first quarter on down. So Shinsky will punt it down there. He's got Shuck as one guy and 81, who isn't on the roster, naturally, as the other guy. Ball's going to hit down, and they're going to wait. Let it. Oh, right there at the 15-yard line, it's down. So I was going to tell you that it was 81 down there, but there is an 81 down there, but he's not on the roster, so I'm not going to be able to tell you who it was. But nice play by the Red Tornadoes. Again, the ball kind of flattened out as he hit and went sideways instead of one way or the other. So
Dave did not want to put that in the end zone. You see, he took his time on that.
Yep.
You know, watch what the rush was doing so he'd get coverage down below and put the ball up very, very high.
One guy in the backfield now behind Pope, and he will hand it to him, and that's Moore.
Great play by Greco.
Stopped dead by Rich Greco. Rick Greco. Rich Greco's his dad. Rick stops him dead down there.
Wow.
Great play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Seals.
Boy, you see Rick Greco just reaching out with his hand and actually stopped the runner in his tracks. Just gave enough time for Mike Lashinsky to come up to finish him off. But great play that time defensively.
All right, 2nd down. We'll cut a long 7, to tell you the truth. Not quite 8, but a long 7 for the Seals. Now he's back in that I formation with Browse on the tailback. He brings Shuck in motion, and he's going to pitch it to Browse. And Browse got some room as he made the turn there. We had some holding going on down there along the turn there, but Browse will pick up some yardage out to the, let's see where they finally placed him out because they went out of bounds somewhere where they're not standing.
He looks like on about the 23-yard line that he went out.
All right. Why is one guy, why are they standing in a different spot, though? Let me first see where he stepped out.
You have to watch.
Yeah. Well, I am, but these guys are talking down here. They haven't made the decision where to put the ball yet. I mean, there's not a flag down there, is there?
Well, you know what? I can't. Yes, there is. It's over here. We cannot see it because.
I saw the hold there.
Yep. And you did call the hold right away.
The hold, but I didn't know. I couldn't see him throw the flag, and they're all there. He goes. He picks it up. All right.
No. There's another one right there behind the photographer.
All right.
With the gray coat.
All right. So I didn't see that, but that was a penalty. I did call it right there. I saw him holding it, and he did too. So the Seals will get backed up now, and the ball's now put back inside the 10-yard line at the 7. At the 7-yard line, it's 2nd down now and about 18. Split backfield. He's going to take a nice drop back, and he's trying to get it down there, and he was trying to hit Shuck along the Selinsgrove sideline. He was well covered down there by Chicatano, and the ball falls incomplete. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 18 now from the 7-yard line.
And all Pope did was just stepped right back and heaved the ball. That was the timing pass. He did pretty close, put it on the mark there.
Yeah,
he did have the 1st down. He made sure that he threw past that 1st down marker.
He made Shuck slow up a little bit, and that's where things got ugly. As he slowed up along the sidelines are horrible. Not a lot of footing on the sideline at all right now. So Pope will bring him up, and he's going to pass, but this time it's a draw play. And it's a draw play with a flag down almost immediately. A flag flew into the backfield. It'll be holding against the Seals. They have kind of disintegrated on offense here. And that was a quick flag. I mean, he just got set up and he must have been hanging on to something because
I'll tell you what, you have to give credit. Once you start seeing holding flags like that, you have to give credit to the defensive team for some aggressive play because you're beating your man. That's exactly what that means.
Yep. Nice hit in the end of that play by Dara on Browse as he came free a little bit, but all for naught. And now they're going to – is that against us?
No, it's against them. We declined it, so it makes it 4th down.
Right, I'm sorry, I was going to say, so they move it out. The Seals are forced to kick. Lost my bearings again there for a second.
Okay. I got you back.
These guys do a lot of walking around with the ball. I mean, they're not decisive right away. All right, so it's kicking time now for number 23, Zach Lentis, the junior Seal. As he'll kick it down. Both Red Tornadoes are standing inside Seal territory to receive this punt. No pressure. And fair catch by Letkavich, and he fair catches it in Seal territory at the Seal 42-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Big Red.
Again, every punt, we just take a look. Every punt, we're picking up yardage.
Yeah, shifting.
You know,
field
now
position.
we're over on the Seals' 42-yard line. We started out after the first punt on about hour 37, and slow but sure, we've been working our way up the field.
All right, we got the eye backfield there. We give it, fake it. Oh my God, look at the time here. He looks again for Wargo down there, well covered. This time he was well covered by number 33 for the Seals, and that's Alan Troutman.
Did you see the amount of time Dave
that
had
23?
back there? 23.
That's Lentis. I'm sorry. That's his old nemesis, Lentis, not Troutman. Lentis on the coverage. He's had some nice coverage on Wargo. He's read the playbook and studied the films a little bit there. So nice coverage by the Seals. It brings up 2nd and 10, and he had all day to throw again.
Yes, he did. He could have set a picnic table up there and had a cookout.
This time we'll go up the middle with Letkavich. He'll take it over the 40-yard line down to the Seal 39-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Drew Letkavich again following Brown through the hole, slipped as he got down about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. And again, it shows you there's a lot of ice on the field that you can't see, you know, in different spots. You know, along with that snow that's been laying there, we had that heavy rain last week, which, you know, probably not. It hasn't recovered from that hard rain last week.
The sun hasn't been out much. Another lot of time. Oh, he throws it right to Browse. Browse on the interception. He didn't see him standing there. Throws it right at Browse, and Browse intercepts the pass on the Seal 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Seals. And I'll tell you, he had a nice play set up there. He just never saw Browse get in his way there. 5:26 remaining here in the 2nd quarter of play. Seals take over, 1st and 10. First turnover of the football game. Defense will set up.
Now we jump into a 4 defense.
He's back to pass. A nice fake this time. And trying to get to Browse. Browse was probably not the guy who would have went through the truth. He had a whole pack of people, including Matsura.
Matsura was there. Mike Lashinsky was right there in the area. So, and we had it well covered. I don't know whether we read pass automatically, but we jumped into a 4 and dropped Leonovich back into coverage a little bit. So we picked up an extra man there.
2nd and 10 now for the Seals.
Nice
Randy Swank, the Swank man. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, that hurt. As Moore, who was already kind of ginger, is even more so now. That's a hit. Look at this.
As soon as he touched the ball, you see that. Look at that.
There's no forward motion there, folks. Nope. You notice that. It was all backwards after that hit. The Swank man.
A little tough pushing Randy Swank back. I don't think it's ever been done.
No, I don't remember it ever being done, to tell you the truth. You're right. I don't think anybody ever did that. He is one heck of a player. I said there, and we have some movement on the Seals, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty to bring up 3rd down now and 16. But you're right, and we had, you know, I had said this out loud several times, and I will continue to say it. Swank, a legitimate All-State candidate.
Yes.
And I think maybe at both positions, on offense and defense, but center, really where he excels, where he's played the most. You know, that's where you really see him. And I say he's an All-State guy at center here for small schools. So we'll wait and see how that turns out. But certainly, and again, we talk about Matsura, you know, linebacking, pass catching,
running.
It doesn't matter, you know, anywhere there. I think he is too. Pitch it back to Browse now. He's got some running room, but Matsura says no. And he gets it back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe not quite, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and Lentis will be in to kick again for the Seals, and he's getting a workout here so far in this first half. 4th and 16, no, 4th and 11. 4th and 11 now for the Seals.
Now, in the last punt, we saw Justin Letkavich put a little bit of pressure on Just left him,
let
us
him
know
know we
that,
could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're there. We're here.
Yeah, exactly what I think that was. Yeah, why don't you see me here? Red Tornadoes have not really rushed the punter much. And he gets off a kind of a goofy kick, and it just dies again. It hits down at the Red Tornado 45-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And he got it off the edge of his foot there. And
Jonathan Novak came up through the center that time. We did have Leonovich come in, and the back sort of kicked Leonovich to the outside. And Jonathan Novak comes up through the center, and I think that sort of took a little bit of eye off the ball and watching John. And I'll tell you what, that's all you need with the punter to put it on the side of his foot.
Lentis, a good punter. He's punted well tonight, but that's not his best effort as the Red Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10. This time we go to Letkavich. He follows Brown's block. Great block, and a flag down again. And now it seems that every play a flag goes down. It's a great block by Brown. Springs Letkavich, but this will almost assuredly come back as a hold. And this guy has a very sharp eye for holes, apparently, on both sides. I'm not just saying us. But the flag's now all over the field here all of a sudden. So the Red Tornadoes will be marched back.
A holding penalty against the Red Tornadoes on the 45-yard line. So it's placed on the 35.
Shinsky will trot in with the play from Coach Brennan.
1st and 20.
A draw play by Letkavich, and look at this guy run.
Stepper.
Oh my! We're just getting a hand out there to stop it. It brings up a 3rd down and 1 inside Seal territory at the 30-yard line, and I don't know if we drew him off or not, but he was on a roll way early. The defensive line of the Seals, the tackle over there took off like a bullet, but the ball wasn't moving. And I'm guessing that's going against them because I don't see any motion there. And it does. Our penalty and a 1st down. Yeah, he must have heard the cage there. You can see him along this line there in the replay. He's the only guy moving in the whole group. So an easy 1st down for the Red Tornadoes now as the ball goes down to the Seal 25-yard line. There's 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter play. The Red Tornadoes lead 6-0. Shinsky on a option to Letkavich. That's well mapped out by the Seals as he crosses over the 25 down to the 24. They were waiting on that play.
Yeah, they strung it out. They had the corner and the linebacker come up, and, both took the field away from Drew Letkavich, strung it out and made the tackle for maybe 6, half a yard gain maybe. That was about it.
Brings up I'll say 2nd down and 9. He's got some forward progress, not a lot though. Shinsky will bring it in there. 1:16 now remaining in the 1st half of football play here. The Red Tornadoes would dearly like to put one more in here before they go into the locker room. Shinsky will go back to pass, and he has had time. This time he's got Letkavich.
Oh, look at this.
Way out there by himself, and Letkavich
out of bounds.
Down to the 10-yard line. And out of bounds.
He fought to get out of bounds. That saves a timeout, kills the clock. Although he did have the 1st down.
Look at the play. Look how much time he had on that play as he now looked at Matsura, and he was trying to get inside the block there. Wargo couldn't help him. He was too far down. Goes out of bounds at the 10. Actually, no. He's going to be out of bounds at the 12. There's a clump of snow there, I guess, on the 11, right? Is that the yard line or a clump of snow?
That's the clump of snow,
so
but it is the 12-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 12 now. 1:07 to go in the football game.
This is our groupie crew. I told you that we did have a fan club, and this is the fan club here, the whole crew.
Let me ask you something. I mean,
what?
Are they not the ugliest bunch of groupies you ever saw?
Let me tell you what, at our age, we can't get picky here.
Well, at first I thought it was Halloween still. But apparently it isn't. It's over, and they're not dressed in it either. That's them. Oh, this is ugly. I mean,
I know.
My goodness.
Ooh.
Well, you You have a kid, you got to love him wherever he is, Wayne.
That's
so.
right. That's right. But you know what they do? Every Wednesday they go from house to house to watch the game.
Oh,
they're just
okay.
afraid to let anybody know that they're groupies for us.
Well,
you
true,
know,
true.
The W&W groupie group.
I would be afraid to tell you the truth. All right, we get lined up here. It's a first down at the 12. Tornadoes threatening here at the waning seconds here of the second quarter. And Ledkavich.
Oh,
and
nice move by Drew Ledkavich.
Boom, touchdown. A 12-yard run by Drew Ledkavich, and the Red Tornadoes are on the scoreboard again. 12-0 now. We await the extra point. And guys, watch. Look at this. Look at the play he makes. Watch the cut there.
Right behind Scott Novak, number 77.
Nobody's keeping him out now. That was a pretty play. Pretty play. Excellent football play by Ledkavich as he has come into his own here in the latter half of the season at that tailback spot. And we're going to go for 2. Go for 2. It's minute 3 seconds. That was a very economical drive, to tell you the truth. As we line up now in I formation. Nice play by the Seals that time. We tried to hit the tight end, and they blocked it. So the Red Tornadoes will remain 12 points up over the Seals, 12-0 here. And they will be kicking off here with a minute 3 remaining. And that's what they wanted to go into halftime with, and that's what they got, Wayne.
It's a great drive. I'll tell you what, some great play calling down there. Great blocking by the offensive line. Drew Ledkavich, again, picking his hole, watching the field. His great field perception as we see him carrying the ball here in this game. Something that, we haven't seen. Well, last week it was a little more difficult last week. Number one, we weren't broadcasting, so it was a little difficult for us to see. And in that mud pit over there. But Drew Ledkavich, again, with the punt return.
He was over 100 yards rushing in the first half.
117 yards he had on the game. And the great play was the punt return that he had all the way down to the 2-yard line.
All right, Shinsky tees it up and lets it rip, and he puts it on the ground this time. It's again fumbled by the short guy up and picked up by the same guy, number 44 down there, as he was the last guy, Mike Lengel. He takes it up to the 45-yard line of the Seals where it's 1st and 10, under a minute of play now. All right, the Seals bring it up 1st and 10. Pope leaves Moore in the backfield behind him, gets everybody else out, split. And he's going to look over there. And he got Browse, kind of short it to Browse. Browse had a hard time trying to slow up and get it. He'll pick up only about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. And the Seals have called timeout.
I thought they would have called time a little bit quicker than that. They lost about 5 seconds at least on that play.
That's a play where he lined up that time. We saw everybody go out to his left. They had 3 guys out to his left. And Browse, just an underneath kind of pass where you hope to get him loose. But he didn't need to be tackled because he got it so short-armed to him that he fell down trying to catch it. So not the way they diagrammed. And again, the Seal offense has been completely bottled up by the Red Tornadoes here in this first half of play. And they're playing as tough as we have seen them all season. And, of course, the incentive here is, as we said in the beginning, an undefeated season. The first one since 98. And I said, even at Mount Carmel area, undefeated seasons are a special moment. So they are playing for that right now. And, of course, tuning themselves up for District 4 playoff action here at the Silver Bowl in 2 days' time.
That's what's really nice is that it comes back to the Silver Bowl, something we haven't seen in a couple of years. You got that home field advantage, and it's always a plus.
Now, you guys will know who we're playing by the time you see this. It's still kind of up in the air about what everybody's doing tonight as we broadcast, but we'll see who that is. Pope back to pass again. This time he had a lot of time, but no one to throw it to, and now he looks downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by Damian Chicatano. An interception down at the Seal 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, and he read that ball all the way. All the way. You see it coming down. He had plenty of time to pick his receiver, but you see it wobbled. He didn't get everything on, and again, I think the ball is wet and muddy, and he just got off a poor pass there.
He had some pressure from the inside, kicked him out of the pocket to the left, and he was trying to throw that thing without planting his feet.
I mean, you got to remember, First of all, he's not the biggest guy. He's only
Well,
5'11". That's
see,
the first problem there.
That
on
was
this
the big
line.
drawback all season long, is because number one, the size of his own line being very, very large, he's having a difficult time looking over his own line, let alone our defensive line. Ooh, Drew LeCavage on a draw.
Nice play by Litkavich once again, out over the 30-yard line. Enough for the first down. To be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, as he really is having his night tonight with the Seal defense. They can't seem to stop him, and some excellent blocking along that Red Tornado front line.
They're trying to decide, and they do at this point. It is a first down.
Notice how early I called that.
I noticed that.
Oh, I was way out there. 30 seconds. 30 seconds remaining in the half. The Red Tornadoes with the ball at the Tornado 32-yard line. Shinsky's back to pass. A flag down because that whole play kind of got off kind of goofy. Wargo catches it down at the 39-yard line. He'll go right out of bounds to stop the clock, but I believe somebody moved on the Red Tornado side of the ball. They're going to bring that back, and I'm thinking it's a 5-yard penalty. All right, we got ourselves a 1st and 15 on that 5-yard penalty, and we're going to take a knee as Shinsky kneels down. He's quite content to end this half, and it will end with the Red Tornadoes leading the Selinsgrove Seals 12-0. We'll be back shortly with the first half stats. All right, gang, we're back here to start the second half of play here at the Silver Bowl. The Red Tornadoes coming onto the field, leading the Selinsgrove Seals 12-0. And Wayne, what did the stats look like in that first half? It was a hard-fought football game.
It was definitely a hard-fought football game. And I'll tell you what, the stats will show exactly what we saw in the first half, and that was that the Seals had a single drive as soon as they touched the football in the opening kickoff in the first quarter, the first 5 minutes of the game, all the way down to the 23-yard line, and that was it. On the Tornado side, rushing, 17 carries for 109 yards. LeCavage, 11 for 101 yards.
All right.
Brown, 2 for 6. Matsur, 1 for 4. Lashinsky, 1 for 8 on a tough run. In the passing department, 5 for 10 for 86 yards. Again, Matsur, 2 for 43. Wargo, 1 for 17. LeCavage, 1 for 13. And Dara, 1 for 13. First down department, 11. Here's where the Seals come in. This is the defensive end of it. The Seals, 18 carries for only 60 yards, passing 1 of 8 for 2 yards, 3 first downs.
All right.
So their whole game up to this point here, you just can't count them out just yet.
No.
But, their whole first game was the first 5 minutes of the football game.
Right.
The defense for the Tornadoes definitely adjusted to what they were trying to do. Much bigger team than what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Kicking to the outside, a couple option plays that they tried to run, a little success to the outside and off tackle. But now we've readjusted. We've jumped from a 5 to a 4 defense, so on and so forth. Protect the outside, had the corners come up a little bit quicker. And I think put a lot more pressure on Pope on their quarterback. And you could see that he got a little jittery in the second quarter. And again, it fared better for us.
Yeah, I think you're right. You hit it right on the head there as far as their lack of a passing game is making them so one-dimensional now that offense is struggling. Pope, I don't know if Pope's a good or bad passer. He doesn't come with a ton of passing stats, but then he didn't need to, I don't think. They're a run-oriented team this year. They have some good running backs, but I think against a defense like this, you need to get some early passing success in order to loosen that defense up.
Yes.
He is not, even when he had time, he has not passed well tonight, and I'm not sure if it's a cold field, the cold field, the mud and stuff. I'm not sure what's causing it. Again, he is only a sophomore. I don't want to say anything that's going to be negative about the kid. He's out there and he's playing a whale of a football game, but it's just not a passing night for those guys. Unless they can open it up this way a little bit in the second half, I think the game's going to get away from them the way it looks.
The other thing that you also have to watch here is this Selinsgrove team is a young team.
Yeah,
They're playing with a lot of sophomores and juniors, so they're going to be very, very strong next year.
All right, Ryan Rumberger, number 45, will do the kickoff, and he gets it, and he has a nice knuckleballer. Litkavich takes it down at the 15, got himself some steam, and right up the field, and he takes it all the way out to the 35-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. Litkavich really having a great night. Second week in a row, he's over 100 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
So he can tell he is running hard, and he is just so multi-purpose. I mean, he just gives you a lot of everything. So that tailback position now coming around a little bit for the Red Tornadoes. They start off with him at tailback, and of course Brown, number 39, the big fullback in front of him. And they're gonna give it to Brown right up the middle. That'll just soften everybody up a little bit. Brown will pick up 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, it's a good safe play. You're coming out a little bit stiff, coming out from halftime. It's very cold tonight, and I'm sure everybody's wet down there because the field, especially the sidelines, if you take a look, there's a lot of water laying down on the sidelines. So, you're coming out stiff, a little cold and everything else.
Yeah.
Who better give it to the Dave Brown, and here you carry the ball, and, we go off the right side.
Fake to Lekavich. We look downfield. So much time. Again, we go to Wargo as he challenges number 33 that time. And that time it's Alan Troutman on the coverage. And that time a little misjudgment by both of them as the ball got over their head a little bit as they were both fighting for position. They've covered Wargo very well tonight. They've watched the films and they've seen what play really works. And that's a play we've gone to successfully a bunch of times this year. But they have cut Wargo off a little bit from that. But by doing so, they've left some other guys open. And you can see the time that Shinsky has.
David,
is just unbelievable.
And I think that was part of the problem. Dave had so much time back there that he unloaded on that
ball.
Sometimes
you don't want to have so much time.
Yeah, like that ball just took off on him with the amount of strength that he put behind it.
All right, it's a 3rd and 7. Lashinsky now at that fullback spot for the Red Tornadoes. Lashinsky drops straight back. Screen play to Lashinsky. And Lashinsky will get it out to the 40-yard line. It'll be short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down in a punting situation. We've seen that play a couple of times, and that time the Seals also saw that play and was well covered.
Yeah, 18 Browse came up from his – he plays the linebacker position, and he read that all the way. He saw that it was going to be a screen pass. Either he could have went to the left towards Drew Lekavich, that's who went over there, or Lashinsky, and, of course, he picked the other side.
All right, Shinsky will let her rip, and he does. Some pressure that time. Number 19, Shuck will take the ball and go nowhere as Wargo and Matsura pancake him down at the 25-yard line. Where it'll be 1st and 10 Seals as they go on offense for the first time here in the second half of play. 10:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Matsura right in his face on that punt. He tried to kick it back to the inside, hoping to get some running room, but of course Wargo, cut him off very quickly and brought him back right back to Matsura.
All right, Pope looking to pass, and he options it. And he optioned it to Browse, and unfortunately it got behind Browse. Ledkavich is going to hit Browse for a pretty major loss of yardage there. That was an odd-looking play all around that time as I'm not sure what they were looking for there.
He's not an option quarterback.
He doesn't run it well.
Yeah, he doesn't run it very well. He gets a little jittery. He does not run at the defensive end to make him commit himself, and that's what he has to do.
Yeah.
If the defensive end overcommits himself, then he's going to cut up to the inside and take the run.
Right.
If not, then the defensive end takes him, then he pitches to Browse,
Yeah.
but he's waiting entirely too long on that play.
Yeah, 2nd and 15 now for the Seals on the 5-yard loss, and this time we're going to give it a straight off. They drop the ball. Pope is then leveled down there by Leonovich. Another loss on the play as the Selinsgrove Seal offense has disintegrated here in the 3rd quarter. The Red Tornado defense all over them.
It sort of looked like it was a handoff, a straight dive to Browse, number 18.
Yeah.
And what happened was between him and Pope, the ball hit Browse and hit the ground automatically, and Pope jumps on it.
All right, we got 3rd now and 22. The ball on the Seal 12-yard line as they've steadily marched back here. And they're going to punt as it is. They're punting on 3rd down. Why are we doing that, Wayne? And, they didn't fake it. They just went back and punted. So we'll get the ball in Seal territory as Ledkavich makes a nice move on the inside. He'll take it down to the 38-yard line. Why did we punt on 3rd down, Wayne? What was the thought of that, you think?
I have no idea.
It was a straight punt formation.
Just
they
straight punt
didn't
formation.
fool around with it. They just punted. That's unusual. That's an unusual play. Unless they thought conditions were so bad down there and they were having so much trouble that maybe just punt it out of there and not take any more chances. But an odd play on the Seal offense as they punt on a 3rd down. Unless they didn't know it was third down. I don't know what it is. But either way, the Red Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10 on the Seal 38 with 8:56 remaining here in the third quarter. Dive play to Lashinsky. He takes it down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
That's just a straight dive play to the right-hand side. And you see Coach at this point in time just running some time off the clock here. Brown comes in and Mike Lashinsky's out.
All right, Shinsky will bring the play in. You're right. The Red Tornadoes are a much more patient team here in the second half as they have a 12-point lead, and they've been dominating the Seal offense. This time, Brown will pick up a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Red Tornadoes.
And you can see they're taking their time getting up. They don't have any place to go here. You know, they have a 12-point lead. Defense has done the job. In fact, making the Seals punt on 3rd down is an indication that defensively we're controlling the game there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the first I've seen that in a long time. I mean, I've seen quick kicks and things like that, but not a straight-out punt formation on 3rd down. Shinsky back to pass. He's got some pressure, and he gets his man. They're going to say no.
Down.
Wargo, they say it hit the ground as Wargo went down on his knees to try to pick it off there. First time he saw some pressure.
Mike Lashinsky was wide open. Take a look at number 45 on the right-hand side. Completely, nobody was around him for 5 yards.
Yep, there he is. You see him. You see him. There was a little bit of pressure that came up the middle that time. It's a 4th down and 6 now. The Red Tornadoes are going to go for it. The ball sitting on the Seal 34-yard line.
We put Johnny Dara in now, number 3. Timmy Wargo comes out, number 27.
Shinsky goes back to pass. Plenty of time. He gets Matsura, and he got it. The pass is caught, and it's caught for a 1st down. Down at the Seal 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes on a pretty pass catch by Matsura. There you see it on the replay. Look how high up he goes to get it right along the Red Tornadoes sideline. He was the only guy that could have caught that ball where Dave put it. Dave's been doing a little field work in between plays here on and off. If you notice, he occasionally puts a clump of grass back in. I think he's getting a little money on the side from the grounds crew. Matsura goes in motion now. And we give it to Letkavich. Letkavich pounds his way down to the 21-yard line.
Hard run by Letkavich. I'll tell you what, tonight he's showing that he's putting his head down, and he's not afraid to guy. We were talking about this when Jose and I were down there. And, Jose was saying about how hard he's running and how explosive he is going through the holes. And I said the second thing is, for how lanky he is also, he's showing how strong he is by taking on the defensive back once he gets into the open field, to try to pick up that extra yard or two.
Yep. All right, 2nd down and 7 now for the Red Tornadoes as they go into a shift here. Shinsky's going to loft it into the end zone for Letkavich. Touchdown. A 20-yard strike from Shinsky to Letkavich in the corner of the end zone. And just like that, it is 18-0 Red Tornadoes. And we'll see what they elect to do here. They're going to kick for 1 here as let's see, does he go out there or not? Let me see if he's out there first.
Number 4 is out there.
I'm sorry.
Kufta's out there.
He is out there, so we're going to try the kick here now at 18-0. And we'll see how this goes. Again, he's kicking in pain here. Personally, kicking your leg that sideways I thought was always painful just to watch. Blocked. The snap was kind of odd there. Shinsky got his best to get it down there, but you can see the timing got thrown off as Kufta was on top of it too quickly. So the score will remain Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 18 and the Selinsgrove Seals 0 at the 6:43 mark of the third quarter. Temperature definitely starting to drop here, Wayne, as my Tootsies are starting to get cold.
Really?
Just getting old thing just isn't going to cut it, I'm telling you. I don't want it to get old. It's not working. It's not working like I thought it was.
It's not?
Yeah, well, I mean, most people get old and get distinguished. I'm not going the other way. I'm getting old and like confused. It's horrible.
You were young and confused.
Well, yeah, there was a
Easy
precedent
now.
set early there. I'll give you that.
Real quick.
All right, Shinsky will tee this thing up. This time he gives it a good kick, drives Browse all the way back
to the
10-yard line where he'll take it upfield right up the middle.
Oh! 45, Mike Lashinsky. Oh, baby.
Oh, Mikey.
Michael, I'll tell you what. One hell of a hit. My hat off to you. Wow.
Oh, and Browse will feel that one for time to come as Lashinsky just leveled him.
How many times did we say already this year that textbook, look at Mike Lashinsky when you want to see a great tackle. He does it time and time again.
Absolutely.
That is textbook tackling.
Absolutely. All right, ball's on the Seal 27-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Pope brings him up. He has a split backfield. He's going to pass. He looks downfield, and it's up in the air, almost intercepted by Leskavich.
And I'll tell you what, the ball came down. The receiver was on his back and caught the ball.
All right. Seals get a lucky bounce that time. It's a first down, in fact, and they've had few of them here in this football game on a lucky deflection. There you see the ball up in the air.
Oh, man, Drew Leskavich just stepped right in, at the last minute, went through his hands and up in the air.
So 1st and 10 now for the Seals. Ball at their own 39-yard line. This time we'll give it to Browse, and Browse is going nowhere. Nowhere. We'll give him maybe a yard, a little bit less on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. And they have Browse's number right now.
Well, I think Browse is about the only one that has carried the ball with some success for the Seals tonight. So,
well, Moore, and part of what we see with Moore is Moore got hurt on the kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Now he stayed in the game, but I don't know. You can even see now he's gimpy. He was never himself again, and I think we neutralized one of their threats when he got hurt. Screen pass, and they got it down there to number 87. That's the I'll tell you who 87 is, but he's not on the roster either.
The tight end came right out.
I mean, we have a roster that stops at 80. So we had 81, we had 83, and we had 87 so far. They're not on the thing. So I apologize that I do not know who those players are.
I'll tell you what, great recovery by John Dara to come up and make that tackle.
You know what? I do. That's Bill Moore, 87. We got a second roster here now. That was Bill Moore. I'm sorry, 87. Pope back to pass again. This time, he gets his man as Chickatano nearly intercepted
it. Yes, he did.
But the ball in Red Tornado territory now at the Red Tornado 45-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And Chickatano would have a touchdown if he had been able to get it.
I'll tell you what, he made a good move, and that's what you want to see. You want to see an aggressive move by your defensive backs every so often, and that is a good one by Chickatano coming up to try to intercept the ball. He knew he had enough of coverage. There was enough of people around to make a tackle. They only picked up the first down. There was no advance on the ball after the catch was made.
I should have trusted Phil. Phil's roster was right here. I have these other numbers now, so I'm ready.
I keep on telling you, I wanted to put that in your packet, but
I know. Well, I couldn't read it. It was smaller lettering. So Pope under pressure gets the ball away. Matsura all over. He was trying to get down to Browse and Cabbage on the coverage. The ball's incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Now at the Red Tornado 45-yard line. That time a lot of pressure by the Red Tornadoes on Pope.
Great stunt there on the left-hand side, making a gap for Matsura to blitz up through. And, of course, you saw that he had clear sailing right through. Nobody even touched him as he got to Pope very quickly.
All right, Pope will get him lined up here. He's got a split backfield now. Again, back to pass. A lot of time.
Look.
A lot of time. And this time it's intercepted. It was batted up in the air, and I think that's Buggy.
I'm trying to look here. It is.
It's Buggy batted up in the air. Watch on the replay if you see it. He bats it up in the air, and he caught it. So an interception turns back to Seals. Here you see it coming. Look at the time he has. And then he makes the decision. And again, this is what we talked about. He can't see well over his line yet. And he made a play right into the middle in the teeth of the defense as the defensive end had moved over a little bit. and makes a great play. So Buggy on the interception. The Red Tornadoes 1st and 10 now from their own 44, and we'll go on the run with Letkavich. He'll take it out to the 45-yard line. Gain of a yard in the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Red Tornadoes. And again, 4:07 now remaining in the 3rd period of play, as they are quite content now with just smash-and-mouth football, run the clock off, and go undefeated.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It's been a very quick quarter here. First half, a lot of penalties, a lot of holding calls.
Yeah, a lot of penalties.
And a lot of drop passes. But in this half here, we've kept the ball on the ground, the majority of the time, and the clock is running.
Oh, Stevie, that was well played down there.
Yeah.
Number 35 for the Seals. That's Ryan Martin, a senior. Nice play by Martin as he read it. We've thrown that pass a few times for success, but he's going to put Stevie down for a big loss on the play. 4-yard loss will bring up 3rd and 14 now on that defensive stop by Martin.
Drew Letkavich in, Johnny Dare, number 3, comes out.
All right, 3rd and 14 now. He goes back into a shotgun formation. He keeps Brown back there to help out. Gets it completed out to Wargo, who takes it out over the 45 to the 46. Not enough for the 1st down. It'll bring up 4th down and about 8, and the Red Tornadoes will be punting.
Again, a lot of yardage, real estate to pick up there. Was 4th and 15. They blitzed their outside left cornerback, which gave some pressure on Dave. Had some more pressure up through the middle, of course. Had to release the ball a little bit earlier. Also, the defensive backs have been putting on some good coverage on their pass protection also.
Oh, there's a kick for you. Chuck's going to feel it down at the 20, and he is in trouble. He almost lost the ball. Number 81 down there, John Bauer, was the other Seal down on the receiving team. He tried to get a block for him, but couldn't do it. So Shuck goes down right at the 20-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Seals.
Number 59, Nick Chapman, again, coming in on the specialty teams and making a great tackle down there. He did it earlier in the ball game also.
Bauer, a sophomore. A lot of sophomores and juniors on this Seal team. They are a young team, as Wayne had said. Pitch it to Browse. He's going to make a cut, try to get upfield. He's got some nice yardage. In fact, he picks up about 11 on the play. He's 1st and 10 for the Seals, and that time just some good hard running by Browse as he got himself a little bit of seam there and picked and chose his way up the field.
Ball on the 31-yard line. 11-yard pickup for Browse.
This time right up the middle of the fullback, and that's Moore, and Moore's got some room. He'll cross midfield in the Red Tornado territory down to the Red Tornado 48-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And this is the best the Seal offense has looked since the very first moments of the 1st quarter.
We had number 51, Adam Croker, in playing the tackle position. He was in for Rick Greco, number 56.
Again, we pitch it back out there. And there you saw the difference there. Greco penetrated, forced Browse outside and back a little bit, and he was not able to pick the corner the way he wanted to. So he picks up about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6, a long 6. Pope goes to the sideline, just like the Danville quarterback on every play, for his play.
That's got to make it tough at the end
of the game. A lot of running,
game.
I'll tell you. It's a lot of running back and forth to the sideline. Okay, right up the middle of Martin, and again, he's got some room. Letkavich is the only guy to stop him, and he will. But again, a big opener as the Seals now breathe some life into that offense and have penetrated down inside the Red Tornado 30-yard line down to the 28, where it's 1st and 10, and somewhere along the line they've started to move.
We're jumping into a gap here. We have Brown jumping from one side to the other, and unfortunately, in the last couple of plays, they've they've been able to block him down through the gap, on some of their blocking schemes with their guard.
Same play. We keep going the same way. That's Browse. And he comes down. It's another almost 10-yard gain for Browse as they are continuing to move everything going over to their left side. The right-hand side of the Red Tornado defense is feeling the pressure now as they can, and we saw Danville do it again as they did it. 14 seconds now remaining in the third quarter. The Seals on the Red Tornado 29 and threatening on a first down. Split backfield for Pope. We get the clock set and start rolling here as he gets up under center. Martin, and this time Martin will be stopped for a short gain only.
That time they ran a straight dive play to Martin rather than, leading Martin up through the hole for Browse off tackle.
The Red Tornado faithful on their feet here at the end of the third quarter with the score. The Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 18. The Seals of Selinsgrove area 0, but threatening here as we begin play in the fourth quarter. Kind of talk here is Supper Club every Thursday night, 6:30 in the back room at Matucci's. We have Supper Club. You guys know I talk about it every week. I can't tell you enough about it. It is just such a great time. It's an hour and 20 minutes. You pay $5 dues. You can buy the dinner for $7, or you can order off the menu for whatever you want. You get to meet some quality kids. Last night, we got to talk. The guy that actually spoke for the group was Justin Leonovich, and he was absolutely fantastic. You see a kid with some poise, some humor, just to be around those kind of guys and see them growing up and watching him when he first came into the program now and where he's at now and being able to kid around a little bit and talk football. It doesn't get any better. Of course, guess who else was there last night?
Tell me.
No, you got to guess. It was on our side of the ball. Who else? What other player did we bring? Brought a couple of guys, but who's the other guy I would know right away?
Quintero.
Big Dave, number one, was there. Got a chance to finally meet him. It was great having him there, too. So you can get down there, folks, especially playoff time. It doesn't get any better. You want to get down to Matucci's and have a good time. Browse with the ball. A little misdirection that time, and Browse will take it down to the Red Tornado, say 19-yard line.
Swank and
14-yard line, not 19, 14.
Getting up off the pile there, making the tackle. Browse making it. That was supposed to go to the outside. He saw that it was jarred up there a little bit with Buggy on that side. He had to cut it back up through, and in that case there, Swanky comes in to make the tackle.
All right, 3rd and 6 now for the Seals as Pope brings them up. Right up the middle, they got up to Martin, and Martin will take it down to about the 10. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. 4th and 2 for the Seals. The ball sitting at the Red Tornado 10-yard line. And this, folks, is a pivotal play in this football game. The Seals will go for it on 4th and 2 at the 10. He goes into that I formation. He's got Martin in front of Browse as he climbs under center. And we pitch it to Browse. And Browse did not pick up the first down.
What a stop. Rick
Oh, my
Greco.
goodness. There you have it. Greco.
But I'll tell you what, the one that kept him from making that forward progress, Rick Greco had him around the ankles, and so he wouldn't fall forward, was a great upper hit by Damian Chicatano, number 32 from that side.
32, and he'll put a whack on you when you give him a shot at it. So the Red Tornadoes turn the Seals back at the 10-yard line in the fourth quarter, and that pretty much is going to sum up the Seal offense here, as they have had some limited success but never able to penetrate the goal line so far tonight. With 10:44 remaining in the ball game, we give it to Lidkavich, and he's going to kind of pick and choose his way out to, say, the 13-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7.
Seals making it a little tough to run to the outside a little bit. They are protecting their, coming up with their corners. They do run a 4-4, which makes it a little bit more difficult to run to the outside.
Okay, Dara's going to carry that play in as Wargo trots off here. He'll bring Dara and Matsura out to his right. But he's going to give it to Ledkavich, and it's well defended. He'll get out to the 15-yard line.
Or 35. Didn't even move. He just stood there.
No, he just stood there. He saw the play coming. So you got a 3rd and 6 now for the Red Tornadoes. The ball sitting at the 15-yard line. Borgo back in. And he tells Dave what Coach Brennan would like to see right now here from the Red Tornado offense as they line up at a tight end.
Now watch their linebackers blitzing.
Here they come. Here they come. And he gets it out to Ledkavich.
Nice move.
Gets the first down and then some, out of bounds at the Seal sideline, but not before he gets out to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. That was a nice pass under pressure.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, their linebacker, number 44, automatically, he came up through the gap between the center and guard. Dave Shinsky did not waste any time. He took 3 steps back. He looked for Drew Ledkavich out into the flat because that's all it was. Drew was just taking a little blocking scheme, delayed, hit the flat, and from there you get one-on-one coverage with Drew Ledkavich like that, and he's going to pick up the first down for you.
22, Akuri pushed him out of bounds and maybe saved a touchdown. Here comes Ledkavich to the Red Tornado sideline now as he pops it out to the Red Tornado 39-yard line. Picked up about 9 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1. Seals get the defensive call kind of late there. Go right up the middle with Lashinsky. He pops over that 40-yard line out to about the 41-yard line, and he's going to be good enough for the first down, which I just called ahead of time again.
That wasn't that difficult.
I don't care. I called it ahead of time. 1st and 10. Get off me. I'm feeling my oats tonight now. Can't feel my feet, but I'm feeling my oats. That's all the further I'm going with that.
You're only doing that because you know it's the last game of the regular season. That's all. Don't kid me.
All right, Shinsky brings him up. This time we go down to Kovaleski. The ball's loose. Fumble on the play. Picked up by Browse, and it took Shinsky to bring him down and stop the touchdown. The Seals take over at the Red Tornado 30-yard line, 1st and 10 on the fumble. 2nd turnover of the game, both of them against the Red Tornadoes. No, I'm sorry, 3rd one there was the interception by Buggy. So three turnovers, 2 by the Red Tornadoes, 1 by the Seals. And the Seals back in business in Red Tornado territory at the 30, 1st and 10. 8:11 remaining here in the final quarter of play. He keeps it. That was a nice fake. He gets around Buggy. Gets it. Oh, he was trying to get Moore, who was actually open, but he. One thing he's not going to be able to do is throw it running that fast. He couldn't square his shoulders and get it out to Moore because Moore was open. He had Buggy. He got around Buggy, but then Buggy was chasing him, and he just never squared his shoulders up enough to be able to throw. And again, that's something he's gonna get and learn.
Yeah,
he's gonna pick that stuff up because actually he had enough time to stop. Now that's easy for me to say because I'm watching it from up here, but he had a little bit of time to do that before Buggy would have caught him. But he'll come around with that. Pope's played a nice football game here tonight. This time we go to Browse. We try to get him outside, and Buggy says no. Buggy pushes him out of bounds. He's going to gain. If he gains a yard he's
maybe.
Lucky.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Now 3rd down and 8. They gave him 2 where they finally pushed him out of bounds. 3rd and 8 now for the Seals. Nice play by Buggy.
Buggy playing as consistent defensive end as he has for the last, 3 years. And, there's a quick pitch to the outside, and Buggy playing the defensive end position, beats him to the outside, and, he picks up a yard. That was it.
All right, we're going to bring Browse in motion towards us here as Pope is going to sprint out and try to get some room down there. And Damian Chicatano on a great defensive play. 81, John Bauer was the intended receiver, but Chicatano, and take a look at Chicatano steal this one and knock it down just like that. Bauer thought he had it, you see, and then there's Chickatano.
Yeah.
And again, that ball is wobbling just a little bit. It doesn't have a straight line trajectory on it as he throws it. But Chickatano in a great defensive position, and now, again, it is 4th down and 9 for the Seals here as they're going to go for it with the ball sitting on the Tornado 29-yard line. Looking to pass downfield. He's got number 87 is the guy that he hit, Bill Moore, a sophomore, 6 foot, 188-pounder, made a nice catch for the Seals.
That ball was up in the air.
Yeah, he
again.
bobbled a little bit there before he brought it in, but he does. It's a 1st down for the Seals now, all the way down at the Red Tornado 11-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Seals. 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Browse. And he'll cross over to 10 down to about the 9. Pick up a 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
You know, when you look at this, you look at Pope and the running scheme that they have here with Browse. It looks like it takes so long to develop. It's not a very
not a quick opener
not
for
a
sure.
Quick opener that he's hitting the hole. Like, you know, Pope is, you know, methodically going back and handing him the ball and everything. And like you said, they're only young and it's going to take time.
Okay, he'll put Browse the other way. And he's going to sprint out to that side as we've seen him do. He looks downfield, intercepted. Ball is intercepted. It was tipped down there. I didn't see who tipped it. We'll wait for the replay if we can. It was a tipped ball, and we intercepted it. And just like that, the Seals are turned away again. Here you see him sprinting out. He's going to stop and throw, and he goes downfield. And I still don't know how. That's Letkavich.
Letkavich got up that high to get that ball.
Kovaleski, who fumbled, recovers the interception, redeems himself. The Red Tornadoes take over 1st and 10 on their 3-yard line. But the Seals once again turned away as Letkavich made a great defensive play. And he was up pretty high on that play to tip that pass.
Letkavich just playing an all-around game tonight, both offensively and defensively. Whew.
All right, the Red Tornadoes now just need to grind some yardage here. And they're not going to because we moved a little bit in the backfield. Now, it doesn't matter because it's not going to be that big of a penalty.
1.5 yards.
So we'll move it back a little bit. And snap it again on 1st down. Letkavich will run back into that offensive backfield, and Chickatano will come out. Right up the middle. That's the big guy.
Right to Brown.
The big guy. He takes it out to just about the 5-yard line.
Picked up about a yard.
About 2 yards.
About 2 yards on that one, so it's about 2nd and what, 8?
2nd and 9. Because it was a yard back from the penalty. Brown will just maul his way out for a couple of more yards there as Shinsky sprints to the sideline now to get the play. Let's see where they place this down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 6. Let's say 7, but a long 6 on the 1st down yardage. So we'll see what Coach Brennan wants to do as he takes an extra long talk with Dave down there.
And that's what he's doing. He just wants to use up as much as 25 seconds as he possibly can before he sends Dave back into the huddle. Some tough running by Dave Brown, and especially down in that area.
Yeah.
You know that Selinsgrove is pinching into the center and so on. And it's not a great place down there. A lot of slow snow.
They pitch it to Litkavich, and Litkavich
picks up the first down.
1st and 10, Red Tornadoes, and that may have been the final nail in this sealed coffin here tonight. Ball is going to be placed out at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes on a good hard run by Litkavich, and he has been the story of the game here along with Shinsky tonight as far as offensive and defensive fireworks here as he trots off the field. He's had himself a whale of a football game. Damian Chicatano on the carry. Carries it out to the 20-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Following Dave Brown.
Brown with the blocks.
You know, what's nice here, now you got another set of fresh legs coming in Damian Chicatano. And, you know, you see how hard Damian ran through that hole to pick up the 5 yards behind Dave Brown.
Well, one thing about Damian is that, you know, you don't want to lose sight of Damian.
Right.
Because one step and Damian's taking it to the end zone. So what he brings in there is a fresh set of legs, but also some pretty impressive speed.
Speed, and also, not only the speed, but he's very strong also.
A timeout on the field at the 4:05 mark here of the 4th quarter. The Red Tornadoes have called timeout on a 2nd and 5. I'm not sure why we did that exactly, but I'm sure Coach Brennan had a good idea. Coach,
it might be that we,
next week,
he might bring in.
Take care.
He might be bringing in. Have a safe trip.
Talking to Bonesy Adams up here. We're gonna talk about him in a second when we get our game wrap up here. He was up here watching the game with us with his son tonight. And again, I can't tell you how much a pleasure it is to have him around. He is just the gentleman's gentleman when it comes to having a guy and a knowledgeable guy about football. So it was great having him up here. Every time he talks to me, I learn something else, so that's a good thing. In my case, it's almost a must. All right, 2nd and 5. Shinsky brings him up. He gives it to Chicatano, who ducks under a couple of guys out. Did go out to the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Red Tornadoes. Matsura will go back into that Red Tornado lineup. Morgan comes out. Another 1st down here, Wayne, and it's pretty much going to be over.
Oh, it's going to be it. You're right, Warren.
And that's it. Stevie Matsura catches the ball up at the 33-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, and that pretty much is going to be it for the Seals. 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in the ball game. It's been a bone-chilling night, but the Red Tornadoes did not seem to be very affected by the weather or the field conditions as they played an excellent game against a very good Selinsgrove area SEAL team.
You know,
I'll tell you what, a SEAL team that scares me for next year.
Yeah,
when you see the grades of these kids. Oh, this whole bunch is coming back, including the quarterback, including Browse.
Yes.
He's on his way back here. So
it was 205 pounds.
Yeah, so he's going to be something to contend with. Chicatano on the carry. Pick up about a yard on the play. He'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But yeah, the Seals have nothing to be ashamed about tonight. They played an excellent football game. Really just couldn't contend with the Red Tornado defense is what it really came down to. Every time they got close, the Red Tornado defense just shut it down. But they played a good football game.
And it was great adjustment by the Tornadoes in that 1st quarter, because it looked like the Seals were on the move to score in that first series, and the Tornadoes just readjusted whatever they were doing defensively and made a great defensive stand the rest of the way.
Kovaleski on the carry now. He carries it up over the 35-yard line, out to about the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down now and 4 for the Red Tornadoes. This has become quite a season-ending rivalry between these two schools. It really has, and that's what you like to see. You know, you like to see a team that you always have the potential of losing to because they're so good
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time. You like to see that it's always, especially if it's playoff time, it's a great tune-up for both of these squads as they go into the playoffs. I think the Seals are heading in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Shinsky looks around down there, and he's got Morgan. Morgan's up over the 40, and Morgan's right there. He has the first down.
One thing here, number 50, Jerry Lepotsky, I just noticed, is back in the game in the right tackle position, who was injured, and he's back.
I'm pleased to announce that as the Lions Club president of Mount Carmel, it's a special year for me. Of course, the Mike Terry Awards are announced at the final game of each season as Chickatano carries, and I'm proud to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the 2002 Mount Carmel Lions Club Mike Terry Award winners for the outstanding lineman, Steve Matsura, the outstanding back, Drew Ledkavich. And a big thanks to Bob Lipinski, who came up and shared that with us as his crew picked him out. What a great moment for those two guys, Matsura, Ledkavich. I can't think of anybody better to win this award. And as a Lion Club president, I am especially proud of those two gentlemen tonight as they played a whale of a football game and are just deserving guys. Congratulations to the both of them. Lashinsky on the carry, pick up about a yard in the play. A minute 5 and counting now in the ball game. Just a great moment. I always love the Mike Terry Awards. We'll get to meet them and their families in January at our annual Mike Terry Awards dinner. I can't wait as being the president this year. It's just a special moment for me. I've always enjoyed being a Lion, but it's even greater now. This award's always been a special one for everybody who is a Mount Carmel Lion to be able to give this award out and doing it so long.
Yes.
So we're especially proud of it. So congratulations again to those guys. Fans starting to pile out of the stadium now as it's been a very cold evening, but a very good crowd here.
Yes.
To see the season-ending, regular season-ending game here.
Mike Sosnowski, number 10, comes in, the quarterback. Number 37, John Scheiko, carrying the ball in that tailback position, and that is going to end the game.
That's it. That's the end of the football game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Tornadoes have beaten the Seals 26-0 here. And they have finished the season undefeated. The first undefeated regular season since 1998, ladies and gentlemen. And there you have them as they line up to shake hands, the 2002 edition of the Red Tornadoes. And now the real season begins as next week in 2 days, I should say. In 2 days here at the Silver Bowl, we will open District 4 playoff play. I do not know at this moment who it is. You will know as you watch the game, so just pretend I know what I'm talking about. But whoever they are, they're coming here. They're going to have to play here.
We've always done that. We've always pretended that now.
Necessarily know that I need to know what I'm doing. But. So get ready. It's playoff season. In fact, you know what it is.
Tell me.
It's championship time. So the number 1 ranked Red Tornadoes in the state of Pennsylvania in AA finish up undefeated with a big win over a strong and talented Selinsgrove SEAL team.
And young team.
I hate to say that because I know they're going to be back next year and be another handful to try to conquer here. They also shut them out, which is, I think, a thing for that Red Death defense. I think that's making them extra proud right now that they were able to gain the shutout in this thing. Everybody played well. Mike Terry Award winners were well-deserved, as always. Just a great night here at Mount Carmel area to finish the season and get ourselves ready for a Friday night clash here at the Silver Bowl. And there's no playoff game any better than the ones that are played here in the Silver Bowl. Now, the good thing as we talk about playoffs, of course, District 4, you play a game on Friday. If you win, you play the following game for the District 4 championship. And then you go into inter-district play. And if we manage to get inter-district play, thankfully, it's going to be close to us again. Yes, we were playing close around us. So that's another added bonus to this playoff run here as the Red Tornadoes get themselves geared up. It was good to see some kids get back in here who had been hurt, to play some games and get themselves acclimated again.
Yes,
Skinner
came back, which was great to see.
He's a courageous kid because I'll tell you what, from what I understand, he's still going to have surgery.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what I understood the last time we heard. But he's able to play, And and that's great to say. Well, he's able to play, but try doing it.
Yeah.
Try actually doing that. And there's a big difference between he can play and then actually going to do it.
And it's great to see Lepotsky was back. Number 50.
He's been practicing. Yes. So Kufta back. And not a great night kicking, but hey, he kicked. Got himself back into the game a little bit and playing with pain. And I take my hat off to that kid. And he plays defensively all the time, so he's not out of the game. It's just that he can't kick real well because of that problem in his back.
And then, of course, we're talking also with the injuries, Marshall Merarkey. They looked at the MRI and everything else, and it wasn't as bad. Knee injury is a knee injury. I don't care what anybody says, But as they initially expected it to be, he's gone into some very aggressive therapy.
Yeah.
And that's on his own part. He's done that.
Yes.
And, they expect him to be back.
By week 12.
Yes.
I mean, he may be back for a district championship game, and that's phenomenal. His original prognosis was he was done.
Yeah, that's true.
If you know him, if you've met that kid, and we certainly have met him through the years at Supper Club, and I just had him a couple of weeks ago down there again with us. You can't find a nicer kid, but a kid that really, he got hurt, and he never stood there and said, I'm hurt now. There was a kid who got hurt and said, okay, I got to get back. I got to figure out what to do to get back. How am I going to get back? What am I going to do to get back? And whatever it takes for me to get back, I'm going to do it. It's my senior year. I want to play football. So you have 3 kids here with knee injuries. 3 and fairly serious knee injuries that are playing their way back into the prime part of the season, and that's what really bodes well, I think, for us, is that we're starting to. And the good part is, you had replacements that went in there who never missed a beat. We didn't. I mean, hell, we're undefeated. We didn't miss anything in the ball game. So to see now, you got a bunch of kids that can play, a bunch of kids that can spell each other and not lose a beat for it. So it's a win-win all around right now. Some kids got some seasoning and really started to play football. Now, we have a special surprise for you, and I'm going to tell you that now. As I told you, Glenn Bonesley Adams spent the evening with us up here in the booth and had a great talk with him again. And as we had told you when we interviewed him, one of the things we would have liked to do with him was to have him come up and actually put a headset on through the entire game, and he's going to. We know, God willing, and the weather permitting, next or in 2 days' time on Friday, he'll be up with a headset. And before any of you say this, because I know every one of you had it on your lips as I said this, yes, we're finally going to have somebody in the booth that knows what the heck they're talking about. So I beat you to it. I know everybody's sitting in their home going, and then tomorrow in the library is going to be, finally somebody knows something about football is going to be in there. So I took the edge off of that one and beat them. But we're excited to have Glenn come up, and of course Bonesy is Mr. Football from around here. And he's excited.
Yes, he is.
He really is.
In fact, he came up and we had talked about maybe getting one up out of the truck, and he was sort of, and then he said no. He says, I'll come back next week. I'll be here.
Get ready. Yeah,
I'll be here.
I think he's getting ready to just embarrass me the whole game.
Oh, definitely.
He's too much of a gentleman for that. I'll do all the embarrassing on my own. I won't need him to. But I look forward to it. I think it's going to be a great time. He's a great guy, as you know from the interview, and he has so many friends here in the area. And that's a testament to how popular he was and how nice he was. Nice guys are remembered forever. So we look forward to that in 2 days' time. So he'll be up here talking about football and looking at the plays and doing some analyzing and stuff like that. So kind of an added bonus to championship season up here. So stay with us, folks. On behalf of the entire crew here at WKMC TV, and I'm looking at a couple of them here, and it's, look at this. Look at Paul. What are you doing? All right. Paul just had a seizure behind the camera again, which is probably from too much food again. I worry about him a little bit. But, again, on behalf of that entire crew who have been out here, and as you take a look at some of them, as I look down the sideline, we're talking about showing you these shots on the sideline. Well, the kid in the red down there, and I can't see Paulie, who's the guy in the red? Is that he's Kevin? He's a grip, I guess. What's his last name? Bush. When he gets home, there's a very good chance his mother's going to kill him. He's covered from head to toe in mud from carrying that cable through the sideline. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I mean, he's the kind of guy when he gets home, they take him right to the car wash. I mean, they're going to have to scrub him down. But that's the kind of dedication you had here, as those guys work the sideline the whole game, and it's really as ugly as it can get. Right, the sideline has a mat on it partially. We're going to see if we can get a shot of him down there.
The water's come up through it. But you're right.
There you see him down there. You see the guy. He's bent over now, and get another guy walking over to talk to him. He's trying to get the cables unhooked, but he is a disaster in the making. So I want to say I feel sorry for his mother before he even gets home. But on behalf of those guys, and of course on behalf of all of Mount Carmel Area High School football and the staff and the administration of the high school that makes all this possible in reality, I want to say good night, and we will see you in 2 days.